This one, the 9th.
No.
The 9th, we restart the 9th session of the interview of Mr. Saad al-Hariri on the 29th of July 2007. Time is 10 p.m. So we were saying, yes, he showed you a map, you said. The first time you met him.
Yeah.
You met Mr.
He
Yasser
came
Mor.
to give me his condolences and all that. And then he showed me a map of how they were going to try to assassinate him. And he told me that Rustam Ghazali was after that.
Uh-huh.
At the time, I didn't believe him.
What was
Tell
in
you
the
the
map?
truth. His house, where his house, and where they were going to plant the bomb, and things like that.
Was it a big map, small map?
No, small.
A4?
Yeah, A4.
It's an A4 like this?
Yeah.
I'm referring to the page in front of me, which is an A4 size.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not aware, you confirm that you're not aware of the content of the discussion between your late father and Mr. Ilyas Al-Mor in Geneva?
No.
No.
But the people who would be informed of the discussions would be Hani Hamoud and the late Basil Sayhan.
Okay.
Basil was there also.
Okay.
But Hani Hamoud was there, and he was there sitting with them. Sometimes I talk to Ilyas, who became me and him very much good friends, and he would tell me, we were talking about, how the Syrians were, have become to a different level of dealing with Lebanon in a violent way, and that and he used to say that it was one of the nicest times that he would spend with my father, as if my father was saying to him goodbye. Because I think that was the last time he saw my father in Geneva.
Who else were present, except
Geneva.
from the two that you mentioned?
My mother, I think she was there. My mother, my stepmother. I think one time she was there, because I don't know if she was sitting with them on the discussion, when they were talking politics. But I'm sure she was there. But Adnan, I think, was there. But definitely Adnan wouldn't be sitting. But I would presume that Hani would know most of the discussions.
Are you aware of what kind of role he was playing, Mr. Mor?
When?
During these discussions. Remember,
Ilyas was running away.
Okay. Running away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ilyas, after the problem that happened to him with Rustam Ghazali, what he told me, or what he tells me now, that he left Lebanon because even his uncle, which was the president, wasn't capable in protecting him from the attempt of the assassination. Because he was convinced that the Syrians wanted Ilyas Al-Mor to be assassinated. So his uncle, he told me, Ilyas Al-Mor, that my uncle advised me to leave Lebanon.
Yeah. You stated earlier that when we were talking about kind of a rapprochement between President Lahoud and your late father, we stated one, and you stated Ilyas al-Moor. How you became aware that Ilyas al-Moor was trying to fix some...
I used to see Ilyas al-Moor here in the house with my father. And his impression of Ilyas al-Moor was that he was a very intelligent person, but yet also very political. He's a very political oriented animal. He's you have to Ilyas, if you look at the history of Ilyas al-Moor, Ilyas was with Ilih Bay'a, for instance, and he was with, I think, Michel Aoun at one point. I think he was, and so Ilyas is a tough cookie. He's not a simple guy. But he's a when he became Minister of Interior, it meant that his father wasn't minister anymore.
Yeah.
So basically, his father-in-law kicked his friend Michel Moore and brought the son-in-law as Minister of Interior. And that was, if you want to take it ethically, wasn't very ethical. But Ilyas was a professional guy, and he worked in the Ministry of Interior to build the Ministry of Interior. He wanted to do something. He wanted to achieve something.
Yeah. So are you aware of Mr. al-Moor trying to make kind of rapprochement between your late father and
Yes.
and President Lahoud?
Yes.
On what kind of subject?
For
Topics?
all political problems. You see, the problem is everything was stopped in Lebanon. And whenever my father wanted a project, Lahoud would say no.
Okay.
Just for the sake of saying no to Rafiq Hariri. For instance, in Beirut, you had, my father wanted to build 23 schools. And he had the Kuwaiti fund and Saudi fund to build it. But in order to build it, you had to allocate money from the government to buy the land from, like Istimlak, what do you call it?
Ownership.
Not ownership, let's say I own this land and the government comes and takes it from me and pays the money.
Expropriate.
So Lahoud wouldn't give the expropriation. He wouldn't allow it. My father wanted to build a conference palace. He wouldn't let him. My father wanted to do reforms in the parliament. He wouldn't let him do it. So when there was the washing of the hearts, one person that was working on that was Ilyas al-Moor.
So Ilyas al-Moor was the one, in fact, or among others,
but
playing a role in washing the hearts of the both.
But Ilyas al-Moor was one of the efficient ones because Ilyas al-Moor wanted to achieve. Ilyas al-Moor is a positive, let's say, Ilyas al-Moor is not, there is somebody who is 100% like Jamil al-Sayed. Syrian oriented.
Mhm.
Yes, Elmore, he's allied with the Syrian.
Mhm.
My father was allied with the Syrian, but he
Mhm.
wanted to achieve something for his country.
Mhm.
So he would see the positiveness in achieving things.